Hello and welcome to the Free Cheese, episode 272. I'm your Joe Dix, joined by Marc Augustiniak.
Hey!
The Free Cheese, a weekly video game podcast about video games brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com.
For real?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. How's Marc?
Mark's good. How's
Yeah.
Joe?
Joe's good. Joe's real good. Vacation life going real good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta take one soon.
Yeah, you should do that. I highly recommend it. I'm getting so much shit done.
I think I used my vacation time for MagFest.
The
Did
last one or the upcoming one?
Wait, did I go earlier this year?
I don't know.
I can't remember now. I only have sick days left.
Oh.
So I have like 3 of them. So I have to use those at some point before the end of the year.
And just start calling out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to find it where it's like leads up to a weekend and like make it a 5-day thing.
Just plan some doctor's appointments.
Oh, I don't really have to. It's pretty low key. I don't have to like make up shit.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get some work done early and then you check out. Take some 3-day weekends. Maybe do a Friday and a Monday and then the next Friday. Give yourself a little 4 and a 3. Yeah, see?
I didn't think about splitting it up.
You could.
Yeah, I could.
You know?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't love it. Jesus. I don't love it, but I have done these kind of 10-day stretches where I'll do 10 on, 4 off.
Like,
The 10 suck, but those 4 off. Back to back to back.
huh, yeah.
Where I give myself like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Saturday, Sunday. That's nice.
That sounds pretty nice.
Yeah.
So your vacation's going well?
Oh my God, yeah. I can just fuck off. Like I'm not thinking about work.
Just unplugged.
I'm very much plugged in, just not to work.
Right, yeah, well, yeah. Video games.
Yeah, like just waking up whenever, which I still wake up early for some dumbass reason. But
Ugh.
just because I've trained my brain, I guess. But I don't know, man. It's good. It's real good. Website's in the midst of a redesign.
Yeah. It's coming along.
Yeah, we're making some headway there. I'll say probably should have just left the existing site the way it was before, but fuck it. I just put it up kind of. You're going to get, if you're visiting thefreecheese.com, you get to watch it build as I build it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're already kind of deep in it. Might as well just keep going.
Oh yeah, at this point, there's no turning back. I don't even think I can turn it back at this point.
Just use the Wayback Machine. Everything will be fine.
I think I forgot to pull an archive on the last version of the website before I switched it over. It's all right, man.
Well,
we're moving forward into our next 5 years. But I'm really stoked about it. I won't bore everyone listening to the podcast with all the details, but I really like the approach we've taken where a lot of what we've been doing really in the last year has been video content and then this podcast, which the podcast is always the podcast. But we've done more and more video content, and now we're spinning into more and more, like it's not just the now playings where it's like, okay, here's a release that we're playing that's a recent release. Let's sit down and play it for 30 to an hour.
right.
And just talk about why we like it or don't like it or react to it. We've got more things now like Hitman with a Hammer under my umbrella or some other top secret ones we're working on. You know what I just realized? So top secret, I don't even think Ben and Matt know about it.
Oh, they don't.
No.
This wasn't in a group chat.
No. This was just between you and I.
Well, I mean,
They know, but they don't know.
Yeah.
They'll find out soon.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone will. But like stuff like that where we're actually planning things centered around a thing, right? Like under my umbrella, we're just going to play through as many Resident Evil things as, I don't know, maybe I'll get burnt out after this first one, but having a way to showcase that content and put it feature forward rather than like, okay, here's episode 5, or how the fuck do I find episode 1? Oh, I either have to travel back in time, clicking the load more button at the bottom, or I've got to click on the current one and then find the category tag, click. It's too much. It's too much work.
Yeah,
so now we've got
you have to categorize it by game. Like if you do
Yeah.
under my umbrella, like here's 1, here's 2, here's 3.
Yeah, speaking of which, we got to figure out what we're doing with Hitman. Because Hitman with a Hammer wrapped up.
That's all gonna have to be in 1.
I think we.
And then Hitman 2.
I think Hitman with a Hammer, because episode 20 capped us off right at the end of the first game.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's probably.
Or we just do season 1, season 2, treat it like a TV show.
Or just Hitman 2 with a Hammer.
Yeah.
But just
hit men with a hammer.
ooh,
2 men.
could be. Yeah, but that right. So anyway, the website now it kind of puts that content first rather than
It's more focused.
yeah, rather than having to hunt for it, which I really like. So I'm spending the rest of my vacation fucking off, but also diving into that, which is nice. Really
Yeah.
nice.
Getting a little productive.
Yeah, I feel good. Real good. Yeah, how about you? How's not vacation going?
Oh man, it's splendid.
Yeah.
Love it. The best. Would recommend it. Don't ever take vacations. Anybody.
Yeah, no, I don't know why you would.
No, I mean it's been pretty all right.
Yeah.
Been managing to make some more time for myself and just kind of try to relax as much as I can without vacation.
Yeah, you gotta have those little moments.
Yeah. But yeah, nothing too extreme. I mean, Halloween happened.
It did happen. Did you have a good Halloween?
Yeah, did we talk about that really? Or no? I don't think we did.
No.
Yeah. Dressed up for work / that day.
Yeah.
I was Calvin and Hobbes.
Nice.
Had a little stuffed tiger with me.
Nice.
Yeah,
I like the pictures.
Carved a jack-o'-lantern of Knuckles.
Which was
Come
incredible.
on. Pumpkin Hill. Got a rep.
Yeah, it was really good.
Didn't hand out candy or anything. Just kind of just stayed in and also fucked off, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's fun. Got all the watched a lot of horror movies. Got some apple cider. Made some hot apple cider, like a recipe, like a slow cooker.
Oh,
and
nice.
all this stuff. Yeah.
I've got one sitting on my desktop that I haven't made at all.
Oh no.
I like saw it and I was like, oh, I really want to make this. Oh, never mind. It's a fall sangria with cinnamon syrup.
That
but
sounds really good.
Yeah, I've had it sit. I found it when I was trying to find a good fall recipe just for food. I found that one.
Well, if anybody wants a quick recipe, slow cooker, low, 4 hours, 6 cinna sticks, 64 ounces of cider or more.
Yeah.
And just take an orange, a navel orange, poke it with a toothpick all around, 2 tablespoons of whole cloves inside those holes.
Ooh.
Boom. That's it.
Nice.
Just let it cook.
Do you have to, and then you pour it?
I mean, get a ladle
you have
or
to strain
something.
it? Or, okay.
No, you keep it all in there. Just
Nice.
ferments or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, man.
But yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Turned out pretty well. I mean, or if you want to spike it, did that too. Put some rum in it or something.
Slayer.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I got a lot of fall festives out of the way. It's been a pretty good month. I'm still going to continue that because we're in.
It never ends.
We made it till November.
Yeah. Not gone till.
Yeah.
We've been here. Yeah, I spent Halloween. So first, I made a good story for somebody's dinner.
Okay.
I woke up and I went to. I kind of like ran the loop, and I ended up at McDonald's to grab some hash browns because they're very delicious.
All right. Yeah.
And it's vacation. It was my first day of vacation, Halloween. It's like I want to do these things. I did these things, and as I'm running around because I had to like run to the store, I had to run get gas, and then whatever. I'm driving, and when I had left work the night before, it looked like my exhaust was hanging a little lower than I thought it should.
No.
But I was like, maybe it's always been like that. I don't know. And then when I got to the store, I could hear it kind of like, it sounded like something was scraping. So I get to the store, lay under the car, and I'm like, yeah, that's not supposed to be like that.
Was it a gremlin?
No gremlins. Not that day. But I looked and I'm like pushing on it. And I was like, okay, this thing's definitely hanging lower. Whatever. I'm going to go in here, get what I need, run home. When I'm home, I'll get some sort of wire.
Some zip ties.
Yeah, I'll just fucking wire it. It'll be fine. No big deal. I get to McDonald's, and as I'm getting there, like the road along the path to McDonald's has a couple of little dippies in it, right? So you drive you a little dip, a little dip, so I can feel it kind of like each little dip.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, all right. I get to McDonald's and I'm working my way around the drive-thru, and I'm like, all right, order my little hash browns, get what I need. I'm coming around. I'm like, this thing is fucking scraping. I just don't know. And then the car in front of me moves up. It's time for me to move a little bit. And at this point, where my car is, I am back far enough where the car behind me cannot pull forward to make their order until I pull around.
Right.
So I go to pull around, got a nice little dippy on the side there, and I just hear it, and I don't hear it anymore. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And I look behind, the car behind me stand still because my entire fucking exhaust system is on the ground.
Jesus.
So
those hash browns should have been. I mean, not should have. They better have been worth it.
So, well, what I had noticed before when I laid under the car and looked is that the pipe leading back to like the catalytic converter and out to the exhaust was already rusted through. So it's not like it was like doing anything anyway, because whatever exhaust is happening is just falling out of the bottom of the car anyway.
Oh my God. You need a new car.
Girl, I drive 5 minutes back and forth. So I get out and it's Halloween. So, I mean, I mostly wear all black anyway, but I'm in all black. My hood's up, and then I look. I know how I look. I know I smile, right? I can be approachable, but I know that to some, I might look frightening. And I get that. I'm aware of that. If you just see a man with his hood up and a big old beard, I get it. In all black, I get it. So I get out and I look, and it's a mother and a daughter, both mouths agape. I look at him, throw up a double hang, double hang loose, and I'm parallel to the ground when I'm waving my fingers. Throw up one of those, make eye contact with both of them, reach down, grab the thing with one hand, open my trunk, throw it in, and move forward.
Good God. So, like, yeah, that's definitely a story for them. You're like, you're not going to believe what we saw.
We were at McDonald's today.
Sasquatch came out in the hoodie, threw this exhaust pipe.
Yeah. Check this one out, Jerry.
Gave us some surfer hand signs.
They don't know what's happening. So that's still in the trunk. And then I came home and greased up my face. Got some, I just put white paint and then used eyeshadow and went all around. Just blacked out my eyes and white paint on my face.
Were you the crow?
I just kind of wanted to just...
Be a ghoul?
Yeah, ghoulish, you know?
Yeah, I was about that, if you dressed up or not.
Because we were handing out candy to the children. So I did that. There you go. You can see a little photograph there.
Oh, hey. Yeah.
Ghoulish. I made sure I pulled the
Dude,
white...
all you had to do was add a little symbol, little X on your forehead. That's Rob Zombie.
I was kind of going for that little thing there, you know? I pulled the grease paint down into the beard a little bit.
I like it.
And we just hung out front and handed out candy to kids. I saw a lot of superheroes.
Yeah, that's
which
the thing.
I was okay with it.
Yeah, we're still in that trend.
No Batman, which I was kind of upset about.
Mostly Marvel.
I saw a good split between each. I saw lots of Wonder Woman, which is cool. There was a mom Wonder Woman and a little boy Flash.
Okay.
He walked up and I was like, Barry Allen, right? And he just like head down to the ground, gave me a little baby thumbs up, and I was like, yeah, I've got it.
He said yes, just didn't hear him because he said it so fast.
I realized everyone that came up, I was addressing them by their alter ego name and not by their superhero name.
Yeah, you're not supposed to give out their names. Now enemies know them and they're going to kill them.
I fucked up.
Man, you are a ghoul.
This little kid came up and I was like, Bruce Banner? And he was just like,
what?
Huh?
No, the Hawk. He's the Hawk.
Oh, I get it. It was good. We were worried we weren't going to get trick-or-treaters because I don't know how Halloween works anymore.
Right.
And it was still pretty light. Like,
starts at 3 p.m., ends at 3:15.
It actually didn't. Like, I was expecting it to start a little earlier than it did, but it was like well after the sun had gone down. Like a good 30 minutes after the sun went down before we got our first trick-or-treater.
Yeah, sometimes you have those early birds that's like, it's still sunset, but they still want to, that's when they want to start.
Yeah. We, and it was dope. We ordered pizza, and we were just right there. Pizza dude brought pizza. We're just handing out candy, eating pizza.
I wasn't sure if... See, I thought about ordering pizza, but I was like, there's kids everywhere. That drive is going to take forever. You have to be slow because everyone crossing the streets. At least for me, where I'm at, it's not as convenient.
Well, my favorite thing about this particular pizza man is he got here, and we were like out on the front, you know, sitting, whatever.
Did he dress up?
No. So we see the car pull up, like, up the street. And I, although blind without contacts, have a very keen eye. So I look up, and I was like, that's my dude, right? Like, he's clearly 5 houses up, but all right. He gets out. Takes him way too long to get out of the car. He gets out, sans pizza, but with a flashlight. Starts shining it across the fronts of houses. Sees that he's maybe 3 houses up from me. Which isn't a very far walk. But he then proceeds to get back in the car.
That's like something a cop does.
It was, yeah, he was very coppish. He was probably a cop in his ex-life.
Maybe that was a costume.
Oh, he was a cop.
He was a narc.
Nice. Breaking in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's getting in on the inside so you can take down the establishment. I get it, man. You become one of them. You wear another man's skin. You walk around in it for a while.
Making them fall.
That makes
one
sense.
after another. Like dominoes.
Screaming.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got him.
He took too long.
No.
As a man who used to deliver pizzas, I would kind of,
No.
Got it. I need to go 3 more houses up. I'm already parked, so might as well just. He got out and then had to like back out of his parallel park spot, pull out into the road again, and
He
then
could have just called you. Like Lyft drivers are more.
Honestly, I could have just stood up and walked
with it.
up and been like, "Yo," but I was kind of entertained at the idea of him trying to figure out how to get to.
Yeah, that would have been funny. You coming up to him in your getup and.
I offered him some
Like,
candy. He didn't want candy at all.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't blame him, to be honest. If you just approached me like that, and like I don't know how you asked
the
the
dark.
question. Like,
Because I had my hood up the whole time too, and I just walked up and was like,
candy?
"Yeah, you hungry?" Yeah.
But that's cool.
Yeah, Halloween was good. I don't even think I watched any spooky shit or anything. I think it was just.
I fell asleep watching The Thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's my go-to.
I usually try and watch, like the Halloween episodes of a bunch of different TV shows. Some of the classics, but I don't remember. I think we just ran through the gambit of like, oh hey, this came on last night. We gotta watch it. I think that was kind of the jam there,
Right.
the ham jam. Yeah, and then we hung out in the streets this weekend. You and I.
Yeah, we did.
And we saw what might be the best T-shirt I've ever seen.
Wait, which one? There's a couple.
I think The Walking Dad was pretty good.
Okay. Yeah. There's a bunch of dad shirts out for some reason.
Like we had to walk through a mall, unfortunately, because we were playing Pokemon, and we walked through. What was the one? Grandpas are just dads without rules.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then The Walking Dead, but I don't get it. What are you supposed to do with that shirt?
What is that implying?
I don't know. And what is the kid doing? He's got like...
They're holding hands.
That looks like he's playing with a toy airplane.
It's probably like a teddy bear. Or maybe
That ain't no teddy bear.
Is it a plane?
Look at that. It looks like a toy plane.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
It's just,
It's
hey,
just because
here's a popular thing, and how do we market to dads? Take the E out of the thing that's popular and sell it.
Walking Dead's on air right now, so let's...
Yeah.
I don't know. It's funny, though. I thought you meant the Garfield shirt.
Oh. I'm only lazy when I'm awake?
I'm only dead when I'm alive.
Man, that guy. You meet some interesting people playing Pokemon. He was really upset he wasn't getting a shiny Gengar.
Yeah, well, I mean...
I got 3,
a couple
so I'm
people
fine.
were.
I don't give a shit.
I didn't care.
If I didn't get one, I didn't give a shit.
Yeah. I was just happy to get a Gengar. It took me this long.
Yeah. No, I like going out for those things. It's not even about the game itself. It's like we get to hang out, get to go to Burger King, which we don't often do.
We found a Muppet. That was pretty cool.
Fucking goddamn. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was at all. But it was a real life Muppet. Yeah. Did you play any video games this week?
Yeah. I mean, kind of continue on to that one. Just yeah, we play Pokemon Go for the Gengar raids. I know we started with like a whole like organized group type thing, and then we just kind of branched off from that, and still kind of made.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah,
we didn't even know the group. It was just
not
like,
really.
Hey, saw on Facebook that there's a whole bunch of people going to this college, so let's go there and start. And it was like, oh yeah, it was a pretty good turnout. And then We just kind of.
I love the ones that bring their tablet as well. It's a separate account.
Separate
and they're
account.
doing 2 raids at the same time. It's
Yeah.
like, fuck off.
Yeah, that's how it is at work, because like a lot of people at work play, and whenever we do raids, it's like you can't coordinate everybody's breaks at the same time.
But you just look like a jackass carrying them around.
Dude, there's times where I will go on a raid, and it'll be like, people know that we're leaving to go on a raid, and they're like, oh shit, you're going to take my phone. So there's been times where I've ended up with like 4 phones, and like it's 4 or 5 of us
That I
each
can
with 4 or 5
understand
phones.
because it's your friends' phones.
Oh yeah,
you don't
that.
own all of those. They're
Well,
not all yours.
The one guy, he gives me 2 phones because he has his phone and he has his old phone that he's tethering through hotspot to his new phone with his 2. He's got his Valor account and his fucking Mystic account.
Double agent, huh? I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. You might also just get a 3rd one at that point.
Don't give him any ideas.
You also join Instinct. Just do all 3.
He probably would. I wouldn't be surprised if that's happening sooner rather than later. And that's what happened yesterday. Like, even when we were wrapping up some of the raids, I heard some of those dudes, your Garfield friend, well, I don't know if it was him, but someone was like, yeah, we already ran them all. Now we're just signed into our girlfriend's accounts trying to get shinies.
Right, your girlfriends. Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it was Garfield Kid. I think it was someone else who he was just talking. Who he happened to.
No, I think the person he was waiting for really wanted to be. We learned a lot about these people just hanging around them, more than probably what we wanted to know.
But they just kept showing up.
Quite a cast of characters.
Yeah. But now we have someone to look for, you know?
Yeah.
The next time. I guess next week we'll do Cyndaquil.
Yeah, that's coming up.
I'm sure they'll be around.
Good times. We beat Halo.
God damn, we did. Thank God. It just
was it wasn't really difficult.
That last mission sucks.
Yeah, it was just annoying because of the physics.
Yeah.
Just what that game engine. It's boy.
I love it because you have to.
Driving a Warthog is not the greatest.
Driving it isn't the greatest.
I could see,
but it's made worse when
I can see why they did it the way they did it. They wanted you to be bumpy and bouncy. They didn't want this to be a smooth transition. They wanted to give the Warthog a challenge.
But at the same time, for the final moments of your game,
right,
to have to restart it over and over again.
I think that timer is different too.
More than likely,
depending on difficulty.
It just takes away all of the like suspense and the like.
Yeah, it doesn't feel as great when probably by yourself it's a little different, but like when you're trying to enjoy it together, and it's like we got this, get out of here, and then it's like, oh, let me take this a few tries, and then they try to troll you by waiting.
Oh, that thing, yeah.
And it's like,
nope, just barrel through it, man. They're gonna die. That ship's going down. Just get to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good. We finally beat it, so that's 2 off now on the list.
Then we got Reach, we got Combat Evolved, then we started 2.
Mm-hmm.
But man, that is gonna be we're gonna do it.
Talk about fuck you.
We're gonna do it.
They got rid of the best exploit.
Yeah. So I am, as I've learned, not great at video games. You'll hear more about that later.
Neither of us are great.
However,
but it's fine because we learned.
Well, but I will push myself forward. I'll just run in. Like, I'm not taking cover. Fuck it. Go.
I do that, but not at first. Not instinctively.
No, I'm stupid. So I just go.
Because I lose patience over time.
Yeah. That's where I'm at. I'm like, I'm not taking my time with it. But Halo Combat Evolved, Legendary on co-op, you're fine. Because it's like, well, I ran too far ahead. Let me just wait for Marc to move to a spot, and then I'll respawn. And occasionally, right, like, you would drop, and then I'd have to do that. But mostly it was you carrying me. So I would have that happen, and then Halo 2 started. And someone told me about this. Someone warned me about this, and I forgot about it. And
it's like, was it always like that, though?
I think it is. So Halo 2, if you're not familiar, forces you, if one person dies, you restart from the checkpoint. And
yeah, both of you restart. Like, you can't, the other player cannot spawn you back in and continue. So
the checkpoints are seemingly a little more generous than they were the last time.
You got to earn it.
But yeah, you do need to like clear out a good wave.
As soon as the game starts, right out the gate, it's like, fuck you.
Yeah. Because that was when I beat Combat Evolved solo last year for the first time. And I was like, all right, I'm going to jump right into 2. And I'm going to do one Legendary. Because everyone says you got to do Legendary. So I got to do Legendary. And I jumped in. I took one step. And I was like, I'm fucking... How?
Yeah, I don't know.
And then we made it. Like it...
We made it to the 2nd chapter.
And I feel good about where we're at.
And it's only going to get harder.
It is, but I feel like it's making us better. Maybe.
I hope.
And it's making me play differently, at least. Because I can't rush in. I can't.
Yeah, but they also... like changed a lot of the guns. A lot of them suck now. Like the pistol is no good.
Pistol's no good.
The submachine gun is only good if you're dual wielding. By yourself, that recoil is shit. So like
the
or
you have
rifle,
to be way too close, and at that point, just get a shotgun.
The plasma gun sucks now.
Yep.
It doesn't heat seek.
Nope.
Or if it does, it doesn't do a good job. The battle rifle is probably your best bet, and I don't even know about a needler. Anything else? Anything else is better dual wielding. Like they really want you to embrace the dual wielding. You do more damage, more shots. The fire rate's up.
Yeah.
It can come in handy. Also we're not that far, so we haven't tried with every weapon that's been out there.
Yeah, no.
But,
I do like taking the what's the little gun the Covenant use?
I think it's just like a
plasma pistol.
Sure.
I think it's a plasma pistol. Using that with a combination of some sort of military, like anything, auto rifle or whatever. Just do that 2-hit combo of like charge, kill the shield, pop.
Yeah.
It kind of works, but yeah, it's rough.
It looks beautiful though.
That anniversary edition.
Yeah, like the cutscenes are, wow,
top notch. It's so jarring because you see it evolve from 1 to 2, and then to be in the Master Chief Collection and go to 3, it feels like such a downgrade, even though it technically wouldn't have been.
I feel like 3 is probably the most balanced.
Yeah.
When it like gameplay and everything, I think that's the one I'm most fond of. I haven't really played too much. I've only beaten it one time, so a lot of this I don't remember.
Yeah.
I think bits and pieces, but like playing Combat Evolved and Legendary felt like. It didn't feel like Legendary. It felt pretty easy for the most part. It kind of felt like playing on like maybe Heroic or something. But then the Legendary for 2 is like Legendary times 2. That's how I feel, because it's like just maybe 3 or 4 shots and you're dead.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't feel powerful at all.
That's the thing where like I kind of want to stick through it with 2, but once we get into the ones you haven't played yet, like when we get to 4 and 5.
Yeah. I'm fine with doing that on normal. We don't have to do Legendary right away or whatever. Like,
just to see the story.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense. Ow, shit.
What'd you do?
I have a hair in my mouth, I think. And I was trying to grab it, but I ended up grabbing one that was still attached to my face and pulling on it. There's a lot of them, you know? It's hard to get them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll happen.
Yeah, Halo's very good, man. It's now I'm coming up on the 1-year anniversary of me starting this whole Halo saga. It's
yeah.
It's so good.
It's good stuff. Looking forward to that. Not that much Red Dead this time around.
Dude, I didn't touch it at all.
I want to, but like just stuff just keeps happening, and then I did play a little bit. I went on a mission and tried to raid some cabin that was mostly successful.
Mm-hmm.
And then the authorities showed up, and I was trying to find my hat, and I didn't realize I could get it back another way at the time, and then I died. I'm just like lost in the woods. I just kept dying for dumb reasons. Like that game has so much detail that I have trouble focusing on every detail and not fully understanding everyone's interactions with everything. Like I'm not used to that level of realism. And at the same time, it's not that realistic because some people just straight up fucking hate you for no reason and they'll just try to kill you. And it's like, yeah, I guess I should expect that. It's the Wild West.
Sure.
But at the same time, I'm just not expecting that for some reason. I'm always like, I'm expecting the AI to be a lot dumber. And
I think it's interesting, though, because we've been trained to think that. Like, you just know there's key characters and there's not, but this is...
So, like, I'm still figuring out how everyone interacts with the environment and with each other. Like, I saw a clip, actually, the other friend Joe sent me the video. It was a clip of 2 deer and their antlers were locked together and they were struggling to get out of it. Like, that's a whole thing. It took them a bit. They were just like, head to head and trying to like get their way out of it, and they finally got themselves free. But I was like,
was it a glitch or a metaphor?
No. Both.
All right.
No, but like, it was cool to see that. I didn't expect that to be a thing in the game. Where it's like they built all that animation of them locking antlers together. And it's funny because earlier that day I watched a video of deer with their antlers stuck together. Like a real video. Like of real deer. Well, it was just like on Twitter and just scrolling by, and I follow some animal pages.
Oh, okay.
And they were also stuck in like a wired fence thing, so they had to like, people had to come in and help them.
Yeah.
But Yeah, so I mean, I had that to base it off of.
Right. And you're
I was
like, that's pretty
wow.
accurate.
Yeah, I was like, shit.
Yeah, I didn't have the draw to jump into that this week. I don't know why though.
I mean, like, for me, like, I gotta make the proper time for it.
Yeah.
It's not a game I can just jump in for like an hour and then I won't feel satisfied. Like, I have to give it at least like 3 to 5 or something to really move it along.
Yeah.
So if it's not a lot of time, I'm not gonna try to, I guess, invest time into it. I just want it to be right.
Yeah, I get that.
But it is fun to play it differently than I did originally as John. I like playing more of a criminal this time around, doing things that an outlaw would do.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going in, I'm raiding houses, and whenever I can, I'll rob people if I have to, if I need a horse or something, or if somebody is, like, because I'm thinking about my group, and I got to take care of them, so it's like, if I can find food, I will get it by any means.
Yeah, from that perspective, yeah.
I mean, I'll be nice to some people if they don't
yeah.
really deserve it, but other times I'm like, yeah, you know what? I need survival.
I need this. You
this.
have it.
Yeah. Welcome to the West, bitch. Skin them.
Law of the land.
Yeah. But a lot of the time took over with SoulCalibur VI.
Yeah. I got real stoked in that game after Ben's been talking about it a lot. And then the announcement of 2B, I was like, all right, well, I gotta get the game. But you got it. I didn't buy it. You got it.
Yeah. I'm like hesitant about it. I probably shouldn't be. Like, the core game itself, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's SoulCalibur. But also, hot take, its downside is that it's SoulCalibur.
Oh.
And by that, I don't mean the gameplay.
Yeah. I
mean everything else around it. So
elaborate on that.
Navigating through the menus isn't the most streamlined. Creating a character,
you said that's a nightmare.
That for me is I loathe that part the most, and that makes me sad because that's why I wanted to buy it. I just love creating characters and shit, and that one, it was a half-assed lazy attempt at it. It's just taking most of what all the characters already have, split it up, and you just pick from that.
I've seen some wild creations though.
I'm sure
you want to be able to create a moveset or just the visuals. What do you want out of a character creator?
I want to customize the face. They have face samples of like hair. You can like all these like presets.
Yeah. But
you can't adjust the nose. You can't the eye width or height, the brows, the ears. Like, it's all just that one face, and you have to accept that. And then to preview stuff, you have to select the item. You can't just highlight it and it will just pop up. And then so when you select it, it takes about a minute to load, and then you see it.
Oh yeah, that kind of.
So you have to confirm your decisions in order to see everything.
Okay.
And then it's like,
yeah, it's a little.
All right. I mean, like, it can be pretty creative. Like, I spent maybe 3 hours making a character, and I finally did make one that I kind of like. He's some kind of like ninja looking dude.
Oh, you didn't base it on anything? It's an original Marc.
Yeah, I guess like
trademark, if you will.
Yeah, like if Marc was a SoulCalibur character, I guess this is like his weeb version.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, yeah, it's pretty cool. And also, I mean, it's like half lazy, half not. But yeah, like when you pick a weapon, you are just taking the pre-made character's moveset.
Yeah.
So you also move like that character.
Huh.
So if you made a dude and you picked a girl character's weapon, you're gonna move like that girl.
Okay.
So it's like it's not bad. I'm just saying, like, that's what to expect. Like, you're gonna because like, some characters move a little different than others.
Yeah.
And
I guess it makes sense because they would have to put a lot more into that.
Yeah. So it's like I'll try to make my dude serious and like like threatening, and then I pick Talam's moveset. She has the tonfas. So whenever he wins, she Talam would take off the tonfas and like kind of hold him like
Wonder Woman style.
Kind of
what you're pantomiming.
Yeah, kind of just hugging him.
Yeah,
like she just holds him like a teddy bear.
Okay,
kind of, and it's very like a sweet, sincere way, and the way she moves, it's very like, she doesn't have like not necessarily like a fighter's form. She's not very firm. She's very like loose and flowy. So it's like I have this deadly assassin who's very like flowy and just like swings his hips from like it's funny. It works. Just not what I don't know what I expected. But yeah, I mean, like, you can go pretty far with the customization if you really want to be, like, you have to work with its limitations.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, I don't know. The color part is great. You have so many palettes to choose from with colors. Yeah. Not a lot of hairstyles. I'm saying, like, it's very limited when it comes to the physical stuff of, like, body features, facial features, hair, clothing. It's all so limited. You can't really buy new stuff. The only thing you can buy is a cat outfit. It's like a mascot suit.
That's weird.
And that's it. And it's like, do they plan on adding more? Is it just a start? I don't know. And then I tried the story mode with the created character. That's another fucking nightmare.
Because it's created character?
Well, you have to, because see, I made characters before starting that mode. So I thought, I'll just use my pre-made character that I did and just boot that into the story.
Yeah.
No, you have to make another one.
Just for the story.
Just for the story.
Weird.
And then it's like between screens of different types of dialogue I didn't give a shit about.
Yeah.
And it took forever to move along. It's very like strategic. You're like on this map, you move to a thing involving conversation, go to thing, do fight mission, and just move along. It's very text heavy. And then
so kind of like the Street Fighter 5 story mode?
At least that was cinematic.
Okay.
This is all just text.
Like a still image with text over it?
Yes.
Okay.
And sometimes not even an image, just
black screen, white text.
Something like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's just it's very. It looks like it's gonna be a very lengthy thing. I don't know if I want to invest into that. So I've just done the arcade mode with like Maxi or some characters here and there. Like that part's fun. I haven't really played online.
Yeah,
I'm playing everything, but like the main reason to play this game.
Okay.
That's
yeah.
So yeah, I'm setting myself up here. Like I much aware of that. I haven't really played with anybody, but yeah, the gameplay itself, it's great. Kind of disappointed they don't have the screens like from SoulCalibur II where your character model pops up and then you can just hit a button to like scream at each other before the fight starts. It's not even that anymore. It's just like their concept art image, then it loads their models and that's it.
That sucks.
Yeah. It just, I don't know. I guess I thought the game would be better optimized. It feels like everything takes forever to load. I don't know if it's just me or my patience or if it's the game.
I don't know. I wonder if it's any different on PC or
I don't know.
But you're on an Xbox One X, so
yeah. I have no idea. But I mean, I guess I don't know if that's me just being nitpicky or what, but
I want to try that. We should record that or play it or something. But
yeah.
I still want to try it.
But yeah, just the character creation. I mean, if you're not modding it on PC, I don't think there's really a point to it.
I think it's a dumb thing that if they didn't have it in there, it'd be like, hey, why can't I make my own character? Because they've had that in there since, what, 3?
I think that it was only in 3. I think they might have took it back out in 4 or 5. I haven't played them, so I can't confirm that. Then they brought it back. But it does look like it came straight from 3. 3 had a little more variety, though. I will say that. But Namco or Bandai, whatever, Bamco.
Yeah.
Even with Tekken, they just, I don't know. I don't like their style of character creating. Everything is just big and bulky. Even the clothes.
You can make a character in Tekken?
Tried.
I just didn't know they had.
Oh yeah, Tekken 7. You can make a fighter.
So what do you like better, Tekken 7 or SoulCalibur? And how different are they?
Are we talking just game? Like just
jump in and play.
Just the main meat and bones of it?
Yeah. SoulCalibur's weapon-based fighter.
Yeah,
they're both 3D.
They're both 3D fighters, but like SoulCalibur's definitely more tactical.
Oh.
Because you have to know when to guard, I mean, you do with Tekken as well, but I feel like because it's more weapon-based, they really...
It gives you something to focus on.
Right. So, like, because sometimes you're not just blocking. You can do a, like, guard counter type thing where you can knock them off their feet, like, stun them with your guard, and then swipe in with something. Like, you have your vertical strikes, your horizontal strikes, and your kicks, and you're just all about, like, just that weapon combat. Tekken, it's like Juggle City. You're going to go in fist to face and hit you while... I mean, both of them, you can hit them while they're down, but Tekken feels faster to me.
I can see that.
I think, like, once you get that combo going, it's just, Juggle City and whatever. I think for me, because the type of player that I am, I'm not patient, and I think that is my weakness.
Yeah.
But I think Tekken is more my style. I love SoulCalibur, but that's something I need to really like cut everything else out of my life and really understand that game and learn its language a little more. And I think that game forces you to pace yourself, and I like that. So I have learned with that, like, I'm starting to pay attention, like, oh, if I hold in this button a little longer than usual, that can set me up for another move, and everything will be flawless. You can't just mash buttons and do a cool combo. You really have to like time everything. But once you do that, you've orchestrated something very nice. I feel like SoulCalibur has more finesse. Tekken is more just like quick and brutal. So
I don't think I've really played much of either. Those have always been two of the fighting game series that I've been like, I've dabbled with like 1 or 2 entries maybe. Like I think I played a little bit of SoulCalibur 2 way long ago, some 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Tekken offers a little more variety if you're trying to get more bang for your buck. In terms of just like characters and how they all like fight differently and whatnot.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's kind of unfair against characters who use weapons, because you can only, I mean, you can use a weapon in certain ways, but I feel like there's more different types of martial arts than there are weapons.
Yeah.
At least available to those games versus real life. But yeah, if I really had to pick though, I would probably pick Tekken.
Yeah, I want to try it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see how 2B plays out. I think I want to try more of the main characters and really, I want to start focusing on the main reason to play that game.
Yeah.
Instead of all the bells and whistles that I always care about for some reason more than the thing itself.
Well, that's Marc style. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. So yeah, that took up most of my time, and I think, oh well, no, and then there's a game you and I played again.
Diablo 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
It's Diablo.
I was on the fence. Yeah, it is. I remember when you were talking about it on PS4, when you got what collection did you get?
I just got the standard.
It was the Reaper of Souls edition or whatever.
Like
that
it was
one.
before the Necromancer was announced.
Right.
Yeah.
When you got that and you were playing it with your group of friends, you were talking about it and I was like, fuck. And it was on sale. So I was like, all right, I'll bite. And I bought it, and I think I played maybe most of Act 1 on PS4. And that's kind of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they announced it for Switch, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll finally get it. And literally up until like hours before the game came out, I was like, I don't know if I want to do it. And then Thursday, there was a Nintendo Direct, which we'll talk about later on in news, but post the Direct, there were a lot of, there's a Treehouse segment where they did more Smash Brothers stuff. They did a couple other, they showed a little bit more of Yoshi. They did, I might be missing one, but they showed off Diablo 3 on Switch. And I was watching that on my iPad while on PC I had the like starter edition of Diablo. I'm playing it on PC because I was like, do I want to do this? Like, am I gonna? And I was trying to figure out like, is this something I want to play on PC or am I gonna be okay on Switch? So I'm kind of playing through it, and the PC starter edition, it's free, and you play up through the Skeleton Kings. You beat Skeleton King. You can't even go forward. You know how when you beat him, there's the little like cellar you go into? Yeah. That never pops in the starter edition. Oh. You beat him, and it's like, hey, you can keep fucking around, but if you want to do anything more than this, you need to buy the game. So I kind of played through that, and I found it. You can play that game, at least in the early stages, on PC with one hand. Like, you're literally just click, 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 click. Because you're click to move and attack at the same time. And it was not easy, but it was just sort of mindless, which Diablo kind of can be that, depending on what your stage is and where you are as a character in the progression. But I was like, I don't know. And then I'm watching them play it on Switch. And I was like, oh, fuck, that'd be really fun. And I remembered it was fun on PS4. I just didn't go too far with it. And then it's just watching that Treehouse portion where hearing about the seasonal characters. So you get a character that you get exclusive rewards and you level up a little bit faster if you play a seasonal character. And you only have the duration of that season to use the character. And then it's gone, but a lot of the rewards you get can carry back to like a greater pool to divvy up amongst your characters. I was like, yeah, I could fuck with this. I'm going to spend money on it. I'd rather have something where, I'm not tailored to the sitting at the desk, playing on the computer, having it on a Switch, having that kind of versatility between TV or handheld. I think it's going to be a really good, like, all right, I'm on the couch watching King of the Hill 1,000 times. Let me just grind it a little bit.
And I was a little hesitant when they announced it.
Yeah, me too.
Because it was like, okay, it's a Switch version. I'm already expecting it to be like a lesser quality type thing. And like, it's not even going to be a smooth frame rate or anything. The textures are going to look whatever. And it's like, well, for a Diablo game, textures never really matter too much because it's already isometric. So you can't really focus in on all the details. So that never really bothered me per se. But the frame rate I was really worried about.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh no, it's 60.
And I still
like through and through, and I was like,
"It's fucking it's smooth, handheld, docked."
It definitely is graphically. Like if you look at the textures, if you really want to compare, it does look like the low settings.
It does a lot.
It kind of has like a PS2 feel, a little bit, but not in a bad way. Like in like in a nice smooth way.
Yeah,
it has that like feel to it. Or if you're playing on like a PSP or something.
It reminds me of a PSP port of a game, or like a Vita port of a PS3 game.
But it but it works.
It works. I'm not upset by it, and I had that kind of realization on the couch playing it the other morning. Friday morning when it dropped. I was like, I had flashbacks to playing something on Vita for the first time, like something I had already played. They ported, and I was like getting that same kind of feel, and I was like, no, this is. But I liked it. It was good.
You know, I'm coming from like Diablo 2 where I preferred mouse and keyboard because it's the only way to play it, I think.
Yeah.
But I was so used to that. And then when Diablo 3, when that first got announced, I remember everybody was freaking out when it was coming to consoles. Like, how is this going to work?
Right.
And it's like, it does. It works with a controller. And it's like, I can't imagine playing Diablo 3 with a mouse and keyboard now because I've never tried it. But like,
I don't want to.
I'd rather, the controller, it works.
Yeah. You can easily like remap your attacks too. It's really fun. I played a bunch by myself, and then you and I jumped into Act 2 a little bit. The thing I think I liked most about it that I kind of like leaned way into last night was how like good it feels to upgrade your character. Like each level, because I've never leveled up a character this high before, seeing what you unlock along the way and just dicking around with different things, like the excitement, like also seeing how we each upgrade, because I don't know all the upgrades for every character. Right. So like when we played last night, the one little bit of just I'm running, we both kind of like clear some area, we level up, and then we're both in our menus for a minute just fucking around with what we've unlocked. I get out of my menu and you're just spinning around the fucking map like Tasmanian Devil, shooting shit out of your fucking demon hunters.
I was about to say, I played a demon hunter as my seasoned character. Never played as him before.
Yeah.
Just to get a feel. I'm usually a barbarian. And we'll save that for another time. And so I was just learning all these different moves that he has, and it's so ridiculous what you can do with a bow or crossbow. It fires it like it's a shotgun or a machine gun and just explosives and shit.
Yeah, and the fucking what am I, a wizard? That's the class?
Yeah.
Unlocking I forget what it's called. No idea. Now I completely forgot. But the thing that just melts fucking enemies. It's just...
I'm just going to call it your optic blast.
Yeah, like it's just huge, big waves of heat that go... it's so much fun.
It's like, I can't... It's like, if we split off on the map, it's like, where's Joe? And then I'll see him... I level up like 3 times. I'm like, well, he's definitely taking care of himself. And then I see these orange beams in the distance. Yep, there he is. It's not an enemy.
I really like the... I like how good it feels to kill things, but I also wish it were a little more difficult. Like I'm expecting the challenge to start at this point. Like we started to feel it a little bit. I think by the end of our run last night.
I think you can change the difficulty.
You can. I think I just stuck on normal just because I wanted to let me see what this game is, and then because I know it's going to be something I will replay.
It'll probably spike up between acts.
That's what I expect. And I kind of want more bosses.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm sure.
You know what I mean? Like, we've only seen... How many have we done together?
Maybe 2.
Yeah, I just want something like that where I feel like, oh, shit, we need to work together to get this fucking thing knocked out. But
yeah.
It's fucking good, man. It is a really good video game, which, no surprise, but just having that again, it's fun. Really fun. I'm excited to try the Necromancer because it's the one class I never had access to.
Okay.
Everything else, every time I've played it, I've been able to at least look at it and be like, do I want that? Do I not? Necromancer, I've never had the option, so I'm going to make me a little Uncle Death character.
That's what's up.
The transmogrification in the game, like being able to
Oh my god, yeah.
have really, really powerful armor, but make it look like something else so that you can still stay the way you want to look. It's just so good.
Yeah, that's a part I never really cared about before.
Yeah.
I mean, or I just never really wanted to take the time to understand it. We can see a common denominator here with me in games. But yeah, so now we just fucking look badass the entire time because like you're never gonna find a full complete outfit going in a dungeon.
No,
you're gonna find bits and pieces. Some of it might match, but
and even if you do, you're gonna find better gear along the way,
right?
That you're gonna want to.
So they're like, yeah. So this is like, hey, for like 500 gold average, you can mask your armor to all look uniform and look like something nice. I'm like, oh, I get it now. Yeah, but you have to train for it.
Right.
So. Yeah, that's cool. Now I look like something out of Guar.
You look fucking... You looked like Shredder for a while.
Yeah,
and then you pivoted and
I went from Shredder to like Iron Maiden or Skeletor type thing to Guar.
Yeah. It's fucking dope.
And then you're just like a badass witch.
Which I feel like I have to be, right?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Weird ass demon wings. I haven't tried the Nintendo exclusive stuff. So you've got the Kuko running around with you.
Oh yeah. He just picks up little gold everywhere. Very fast, mind you.
Yeah.
I don't think he can get hurt either.
No, I think it's just a pet to run around and pick up gold. And then you told me that the Ganondorf stuff is locked.
Ooh. So yeah. So they were trying to advertise this, right? Where it's like, hey, you can get exclusive. You can look like Ganondorf from Twilight Princess. More specifically to have as an armor set in the game. So Ganondorf's head is a mask. You can wear like a helmet, whatever. But once you're doing that transmogrifying and you have to train in that apprenticeship to unlock all those levels, his gear is the last. So in order to mask your armor to look like his, each piece is 50,000 gold.
God damn.
What the fuck?
I guess it gives you something to work toward.
I guess, but to me, that's not even worth it. I don't even care.
Yeah.
Like, I never really got it for Ganondorf. I mean, that's a cool add-on.
It's cool, yeah.
It's like, I feel like you just should have added all the other stuff, too. Like, give me Link and Zelda and Sheik.
That would have been cool. That would have been the way to do it.
Yeah.
Because then you could just play Diablo as those characters, which would be fucking badass.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that'll come down the line. Like, one of those, hey, we're really impressed and happy, satisfied with the sales of the
Here's a Master
Switch.
Sword.
Yeah, here's a Master Sword.
Yeah.
Here's make your fucking Crusader look like Link. Make your Wizard look like Zelda.
Yeah.
Make your Demon Hunter look like...
I guess that's the tough thing, because a lot of those character models probably don't... You know, you have to make it to where it fits them and looks right.
Yeah.
You don't want to Skyrim it, you know?
True, but they could do it.
Yeah.
They could make it work.
Yeah, that's true. They could.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to keep playing that. But in the meantime, I also played another loot-heavy game that in many ways I'm getting Diablo vibes, but from behind the camera.
Okay.
It's called Destiny 2.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Nope, that's fine.
We've got to talk about it.
I know, it's fine.
I really like that game.
I mean, no, that's cool. I know, like, I give shit about it, but, like... No, like it's cool that you actually have something you like.
It finally spun. Like so, Destiny is such a weird game because the first one came out. For me, I played the alpha and the beta. I don't even think I played the beta. I think I just played the alpha and I was like, got it. Shoot shit and you move on. Like there wasn't much there for me because at the time I was just like, I didn't want another first person shooter. I played so many of them back. I wanted something else. And this just felt like that again. The people that stuck with Destiny 1 got way into... You either like... There's no in between. There was no like middle ground. It was either you fucking love Destiny or I played Destiny. Or I hated it, right? It was just so polar opposite. So for those people, for me coming into Destiny 2, I stepped into it playing the alpha for a couple hours and then moving on. and then jumping into Destiny 2 raw, and all I hear is the like echo chamber of just what's right and what's wrong about Destiny 2 and how it's different than 1 and why it's better than 1 and why it's worse than 1 and what they took away from 1 and all this shit along the way. So it's hard to walk into that game and be able to shape your own opinion because it's so heavily influenced by like the screams of others. It's just everyone else like, I wish they do this better. I wish they do that better. Oh man, you think this is good. You should have played fucking the Taken Care. And it's like, yeah, but I didn't. So I'm playing this and I just want.
I never really heard much of that. Cause like I never even played the first one.
Yeah.
When I saw it, I just didn't get it. Like I
remember that first like debut at E3 when they showed like, hey, you can run around in these big ass squads. Like we were all texting one another and like tweeting and whatever. Like, holy shit, this game's going to be fucking amazing. And I can't wait for this and whatever. But then I just never followed through with it. So with the core game of 2, when it came out last year, I played through the campaign. I really enjoyed what I did through it. And then post-campaign, I really liked the grind of just finding new shit. Like, don't know what that shit is, but I like finding it and seeing what else I can unlock.
Right.
And then I kind of had my fill and moved on and whatever. And that first expansion came out, Curse of Osiris, last December. Didn't get around to it. And then springtime, Warmind came out, and it was like, oh, I can get both expansions on sale for whatever. So I got them, and then Matt and I, played through Osiris, which was fine. Wasn't bad. Like, we got through. You learn a little bit more about Ikora Ray, and her. She was the protege of this dude, and you get to see a different side of one of the. You get like a new area you unlocked. You get to go through this like Egyptian style thing. It was neat, but short. And I kind of expected something similar out of Warmind. And now again, Forsaken's out. So Forsaken's like their big year 2 expansion. And with that, Bungie stated like, there's a lot of changes coming to the game. We're doing all this shit. And from what I had heard from people who were like the Destiny 1 people, that whole crowd, because this is like either me reading things or people I work with or friends or whoever, people are like, oh no, Forsaken is what this game should have been from the beginning. And I don't know what that means. I had no idea what that context was because I didn't know what, to me, it was fine. I didn't not like it. I just played it, moved on. So I jumped into Warmind before pulling the trigger on buying Forsaken because I was like, I don't know if this is just one of those things where I think I maybe want to go eat there, and then I go there, I'm like, oh yeah, right, this is why I haven't been here in a while, right? I didn't know if that's what it was or if I really wanted more of this. So I already had Warmind unplayed, and I was like, well, I'll dive into Warmind and see what's there. And Warmind, so much better than Curse of Osiris. First, like the setting, it all takes place on Mars, but Mars is frozen over. And it's all of this, or it's not frozen over, but like the area you play in, it's all frozen. You have this like beautiful like Arctic tundra, which there hadn't been, to my recollection, like a landscape like that in Destiny 2 up to that point. Like you have areas that are different, but this, like you're walking through like glaciers and frozen walls, and like the way everything kind of shines and shimmers in the light, really, really, it just caught my eye and attention. It's still Destiny. You're still shooting shit. So, but just like Diablo, where like all you're doing is moving through this area, moving into a room. There's a wave of enemies that generally look like this. You hit a button until they're dead. That's all you're doing in this. You move through a thing. The environment looks slightly different than the last. Similar enemy types. You pull the trigger and they're dead. And then you move forward. But I really liked it. And then the Warmind campaign, or expansion, whatever the hell they're calling it, it all leads up to this final boss fight with this big ass fucking worm. Like, big worm. He's probably, you're probably like a 10th, or not even a 10th. You're way smaller than that. Like, you're teeny tiny compared to this thing. It's huge. And it kind of like pops up on the side of the stage, opens its mouth, and you have to shoot it in the mouth to try and get the most damage. Yeah. And then it'll like bash through the stage and come back up and spawn random enemies to attack you. But the build up to get to that, you work your way all the way through this this whole little campaign where you're going like underground and above ground and through these different areas. You fight new types of enemies or like combinations of enemies with, they're not new types necessarily, but Just they look different and they behave differently than I had expected. The one thing that was neat is you kind of there's these enemies that they're shielded by something, so you can't directly attack them until you take out the shield crystal that's giving them a shield. So you have to take out a different enemy that then drops sort of this, it's like a ball of energy, and you huck that at the crystal to blow up the crystal, and that stops the shield. So they start to slowly introduce these mechanics, and it's like a puzzle solving thing. So you're like, what the fuck? What do I have to do? Oh, I kill that. Oh, that thing drops the thing. Okay, now I take out the crystal. Take out the crystal, take out the dude. By the end of it, you have this like big ass final boss fight, or what feels like a final boss fight. You have to take out like 3 of these crystals to take out this one big dude. And then you find out, nope, that's still not the end. But I wasn't like lamenting that. I was like, oh, wow, there's more. Like it felt exciting and intriguing. I mean, you get this super weapon that just feels badass to use. You either throw it like a javelin, or you can kind of like Dick Grayson or Tim Drake, like staff.
Oh, okay.
Swing it, and it's just badass and just blows all these enemies away. And you get to the worm thing, and you take out the worm. It just, I don't know, it felt really good to play. I was like, really, I liked the way it looked. I liked the way that it felt. I liked everything about it. And I was like, all right, I'm in. So I bought Forsaken, which I haven't jumped into yet, only because until tomorrow, there's this Halloween event running. So it's this Haunted Forest event, which I didn't really know what I was doing when I jumped in, but Joe, our friend Joe, walked me through it the first time, and then when we got back from Pokemon, Joe and my friend Dom walked me through to get they did you in Halo 1. They just carried me through this fucking thing, which was great because I don't know what the fuck I was doing. But right now the Halloween event, it's the Haunted Forest, and you have to wear a mask in order to get the credit for this, or to go in, because they want you to feel whatever. So they give you these special Halloween masks. They're silly and whatever, but you work through, and it's not technically endless, although I guess it could be, but it's 15 minutes you have to get through as many waves of the forest as possible. And the more you go, the more of these fragmented souls you get back, which then you can trade in for certain loot. Which now I'm starting to get more of the like end game of Destiny, because I never got to that point. Right. I just I'd do the missions, and then I'd get a couple things that I thought looked cool, and I'd be like, all right, I'm done. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys in 6 months or something. Now I kind of get that MMO side of it, where it's like, this is the shit you do to come back to the game every day. Not in the way where it feels like, again, this might change, but right now I don't feel like I have to, or that I'm like Matt would put it, clocking in. You know, I don't feel that yet. And talking to Joe and talking to Dom as we were playing, like, neither of them sounded like that's what's happening. Because all of these things, so even jumping in by myself, I would try something and be like, oh, that's stupid. Why does it work like this? And then I kind of lamented that to Joe, and he was like, that's not how this works. They fixed that. Like, everything that playing could complain about, they addressed in the Forsaken update. There's all these little things that just got changed and so much easier, more streamlined, or whatever.
I mean, it sounds pretty solid.
It's fun. It's really fun.
No, you're good.
No,
I was just gonna say that. I mean, like, I've only beaten like the main campaign from 2 and did some multiplayer stuff. Didn't do anything too much outside of that. But then, I like the one, like, the planets are pretty.
Yeah.
But my favorite one is like the one where it was like kind of spooky for a second. It kind of like it almost looked like a Halo Reach level, like in the city, but it was like infested with like plants, and it was like at night, and there was like these weird like zombie creatures. I don't think they were zombies, but like the infected or whatever.
Yeah.
And you had to like run and like escape from them or something like that, because like there's like a whole like flood of them coming after you or whatever.
I can half visualize this, but I don't remember it fully.
Yeah, like it was at night. It was rainy, I think. It was just a lot, like, I don't know. There was a lot of like neon signs everywhere.
I know that area because there's a multiplayer map set in there, and it pops.
I think that was my favorite part of that whole game, but I just can't get into the aesthetic. it's too clean for me. Like everything's too like.
It's like they put a white overlay at like 5% transparency.
Maybe I don't know.
It's not all.
It's just like the character designs, the story.
Yeah.
Everything's just too like. It makes me like sleepy. I don't know how to describe it.
No, I get that weird. Yeah.
And then like the pseudo MMO thing, I'm not invested into like you're the chosen one when there's a million of you that are the chosen one.
Oh, I don't buy into the story bullshit.
I do though.
I mean, I like I'm like half there for the story, but you ask me what the fuck happened in this game, like no idea.
Like I have no problem with the gameplay. It's just the aesthetic. I like I'm very picky about sci-fi, and like that is just not one I can do.
I see. I don't know.
I mean, the part you talked about sounds pretty cool. The whole haunted forest thing. I'm sure I would enjoy that.
Yeah, this thing's cool. Like you run through, and now that I've done it a bunch, because there's this badass weapon that I'm trying to get, which hopefully I get before the event's over on Tuesday. Which, again, like Joe and Dom were helping me run through this as many times as possible so that I could get it.
Yeah.
But there's doing that, like, this is the stuff where I'm like, oh, this is fun. Like, this is, it's no different. Like, it's no different than Diablo. It's just only because of that, like, I just mean like that wave based. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I'm just running in. It still feels good to shoot shit. And then the more like tweaks or modifications I make, it's all about seeing those numbers go up. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. The classes.
Yeah.
I don't like that it's only 3.
So
I know you can like be more specific with how you want it to be within that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like the class that I picked. I never tried the other 2.
You were Titan?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like that's cool, but like it's like you're either Thor or Captain America, or maybe the Hawk, depending on how you go about it. I mean, outside of the weapons, just like your special abilities and stuff.
They changed it. So they added more subclasses. I think they might have added some with those first expansions. I know they definitely just did with Forsaken. Because as we're playing this, we got to a point where we are fucking shit up in this little like wave-based thing. Because the way the Haunted Forest stuff is, you run through a wave of enemies, and at the end of it, you have to fight a boss. And then it takes you back to the beginning, and it re-rolls what you're about to run into. And it's all randomly generated each time. So with the thing we're doing, Joe, he's a warlock, and his subclass that he's running, I forget what it's called now, but he has this well. Basically, he just builds up his special, and when we get to the boss, he throws the well down. While you're standing in it, it's constantly healing you, and it makes it so that you don't have to reload. So he just throws that, and then we stand there and we just hold R2, blasting shit into the boss's face until it drops dead, and go again.
Yeah, as a Titan, I have a wall you don't have to reload. It makes you crouch behind it, and then that's your reloading. It's like Time Crisis, type of feel. But
they've added a new one for Titan. They've added new subclasses for each one, so you can still like further customize it, and then on the fly, like change what you're doing even still.
Yeah, I guess it kind of gave me that like Overwatch pressure of like, I have to be something different in order for this to really work, so we're not all the same damn thing. So it's like, I don't know if I would enjoy this game more or less if I was a different class, maybe.
I think you might.
I mean, I don't mind Titan.
Yeah.
I don't mind being like the brute all the time, but
I don't think so. Like last night when we played, me and Joe were both warlock class. I mean, mine was a witch because it's and Dom is a hunter. And we were getting through things fine. But
I thought like Hunter was like the most popular one or something like that.
Yeah, I think so. But they were both talking about it, and they were saying that if one of us were a Titan, then we could do this 1-2-3 combo thing. Which, like, there would be advantages to having one of each, but we were still doing fine without it. It's just like, it's buffs, right? Like, it's, someone can do this if they're doing that, and we can do whatever, which it could work that way, but I don't think you need to. But man, it's really good. Really fun. I jumped into some PvP stuff just to see how that feels, and I still I feel more competent playing that PvP than most other first person shooters online. Like I mentioned, like playing Call of Duty, I would jump in and like, okay, I'm dead. Luckily the respawn in Call of Duty is so instant that you don't feel that impact of it, but I just didn't feel confident in those games. Where this, I feel like
sometimes I enjoyed it, sometimes I didn't. That's just the name of the game, though.
I love the fucking movement. Like I'm just now playing as a witch. It just my double jump. You just kind of like glide. It's just I don't know. I really like it. I really like this game.
That's good. I mean, I'm glad it's doing well finally. Like,
yeah, like it seems like people are bitching about it less and less, which is nice.
Yeah.
I don't know the reality of it, but both of them were saying how much they played the first one and how this feels like it's calling back to a lot of what made that so special, but also building upon it. Like, I don't know. It's just fun. I'm going to jump into Forsaken this week and do that story content. And that's the one thing that kind of kept me from playing Red Dead. Because I was like, oh, I want to dive in. But it was like, I'm already on my PlayStation. Why don't I just jump into Destiny a little bit? And I wanted to get back into it, and I'm happy that I did. Really happy I did.
Cool.
That's everything I played, but I did started and finished Castlevania Season 2 on Netflix. Which I'm not going to spoil anything, because if people haven't watched it, you should go fucking watch that show. Oh my, I fucking cried. I'm not gonna hold back here. I fucking felt it welling up. I was just like, fuck, yes! So good. Mm-hmm. God damn it. It took a few episodes.
Yeah.
But
because how season 1 ended, it was like, oh, so season 2 is just gonna be nonstop. Fuck, shoot. Oh, throughout the whole castle, you get to explore it, and it's like,
except no. Yep. But man, I'm not gonna say it, I loved the references and Easter eggs to the game. I love the fact this show has its own identity, because Alucard, I love Symphony of the Night, but Alucard's pretty much a stiff character in that game. Like he's not one note, but he's certainly not this Alucard. Yeah. And this Alucard has a bit of like, I don't know.
I don't think many Castlevania characters really dive deep into their backstories.
No, everything's always so stoic and just, whatever. This has a sense of humor to it, which I appreciate.
Yeah, because the games are more focused on just the setting more than the character, I think.
And I was really worried about this series when they first announced it, because Warren Ellis was writing it. And historically, I'd not liked Warren Ellis's comic book writing. Because it was always, he always felt to me like his comics were that kid who would like show you fucked up shit on the internet just to get a rise out of you. It always felt like that out of his comic books, where he was like, well, I'm going to make this kid do it. He just would write shit that I felt was just forced, just for the sake of shock value.
Maybe it's evolved.
And so I'm not getting that. Like occasionally I get a moment where I'm like, oh right, Warren Ellis writes this. But it's not like panel for panel the way I used to read some of his stuff. But man. I loved random Easter eggs, seeing different characters and villains and enemies, and different items.
Yeah, what's being what's being set up.
Yeah, it's so good. I'm excited for whatever season 3 brings. I also want to see how they explore other like games, because this is all kind of spinning out of 3.
Yeah, because I'm wondering if it's gonna focus on new characters or not.
Yeah,
we don't know.
Right.
I would like for it to, though.
I feel like it could.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it will. Because
time will tell.
But I don't know. And then, I don't think we put this in news, but did you see the rumor or not rumor, it's confirmed. The showrunner who got this show up and running, Adi Shankar,
I think so,
said he's working on another thing that he'll announce on November 16th. Am I right about that?
Some big game company came to him to produce another show based on a popular series.
And the rumor is that it's Zelda for Netflix? Yeah, okay. So maybe. Which, can you...
Man, like, that's like... I'm like...
When the...
I for some reason, I get less excited. I get excited, but then I instantly get worried. So I'm like I
did the same thing with Castlevania. It's like, how are they going to fuck it up? How are they going to fuck it up? I was like,
God, what Zelda? What are you going to focus on? Is it going to be original? Is it going to be based off of a game?
Because the thing, too, when they announced that they were going to make based on Castlevania 3, I was like, for fucking what?
And it's probably not going to be as gritty as Castlevania either.
But I said the same fucking thing, right? So, I don't know. I remember when Nintendo started this kind of new wave of Nintendo, when everything started to shift, the post Wii U era. I was like, man, I want to see all their properties come to life in different ways. Like I love them for what they are, but if I could have those touchstones, right? You look at comic books, like they start as one thing, but there's so much more. You've got animated series, you've got live action movies, you've got everything in between. If we could do that with some of Nintendo's properties, like give me a fucking live action Metroid movie. Give me a Fire Emblem anime.
Yeah. I think we're slowly going in that direction, though.
Give me a fucking...
I mean, we're getting a Mario movie.
Splatoon cartoon.
Yeah, there was those Pikmin shorts.
Right?
That Miyamoto...
That's what kind of kicked it all off for me.
Yeah.
I was like... I started to see the bigger...
Even the Smash trailers are more cinematic now.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a sign of anything or not, but that's... We're just... I mean, there's a Pikachu movie. Detective Pikachu coming.
Oh, boy. I forgot about that. Should have been Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Speaking of Super Smash Bros. Shorts, we need to talk about that Super Smash Bros. Direct, but not before we take a quick break. So we're going to do that, and then we'll be back to talk about what happened this week. Be right back. Hey, Mark.
Hey, what's up?
So last week, we recorded, and then like hours after the podcast went up, PlayStation revealed its full lineup for the PlayStation Classic.
That's right, it did.
Yeah. Which made us sound like fools. All right, you ready for it?
Bring it.
How do you want to do it? I'm going to read them. You give me a yay or nay.
Okay.
Battle Arena Toshinden.
Yay.
Yeah. Cool Borders 2.
Yay?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Destruction Derby.
Yeah.
I never played, but sure. Final Fantasy 7.
I mean,
We knew.
given.
Yeah. Grand Theft Auto.
Yay. Yes. No, people need to hear that announcer. They need to see where this all came from.
Dude, GTA 2.
Is that the one that did it?
I can't remember if 1 had the announcer.
I'm pretty sure the first one did.
But 2 was so good. Not the first. It's a weird.
Yeah. I mean, I never played them.
Yeah.
But
2 was really good.
I think it's just good to see the roots.
I agree.
Kill Frenzy.
Oh, man. Intelligent Cube.
No.
Fun puzzle game. I never played it.
I guess. Whatever.
Jumping Flash.
Yes.
Yeah. Metal Gear Solid.
Of course.
Mr. Driller.
Personally, yes.
Yeah.
But overall, I would be fine if they didn't add it.
Oddworld Abe's Odyssey.
I guess. I mean, we have the remaster, but yeah.
I think that's good. Like when I think PS1,
Yeah.
I think Oddworld. That's one of the ones that jumps to mind.
Yeah, sure.
Rayman.
Yeah.
Resident Evil Director's Cut.
Yeah.
Revelations Persona.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. I never played it, but like, that's probably a hardcore ass game right there.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Throw one of those in there. Ridge Racer Type 4, which is the good one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, sure. I mean, I don't care personally.
If you want a Ridge Racer game on a PS1 Classic, that's probably the one to put.
Yeah.
Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo.
That's so specific.
Yeah.
I think if I had to pick, I would pick this over Mr. Driller. If you needed like a puzzle game representative.
I'd go that. I think Intelligent Cube makes sense too.
Yeah, I have to see it. I never really seen what that looks like.
I just remember that being one of the like early. It wasn't.
I feel like I've seen an ad for it a lot in magazines. I just didn't know what it was.
Siphon Filter.
Yeah.
I could give a fuck about those games, but I do.
I've heard very good things about Siphon Filter.
When I think about PS1, I think about Siphon Filter.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones that pops up in my head. Tekken 3.
Sure.
Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six.
Also sure.
Yeah.
I like Rainbow Six.
Tekken 3 I'm down with. Like, Tekken I feel good about being on this
I guess
console.
I'm glad that it's 3.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know if I really played the other ones that much. 3 makes sense.
Twisted Metal.
Yes.
Which, the first one over the second. I feel like the second one had all that, but the first one's still good.
I never really played them enough to really judge them.
Yeah. And then Wild Arms. RPG love for you.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good JRPG.
Yeah. So that guy is out in a month for $100. I don't think I need one. I don't see Symphony that I don't hear. So what's the point?
I mean, like, I know I said Final Fantasy VII's a given, but I also don't think it needs to be on there. The only thing I'm curious about is it the original Final Fantasy VII, or is this like the newer
that'd be fun.
PC, iOS type version, whatever we discussed before? I don't know. I don't know what came first with that one, but like the whole menu overhaul, it's all HD, but the game's still PS1, but it's like smoother frame rate now, and I kind of want the like old frame rate, like the 30.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's just a couple things that like I think PS1 and I think of Symphony of the Night, which that one should have been on here. I think about Tony Hawk, which obviously can't be on here, right? The licensing for the music would be a fucking nightmare, and probably more than they'd want to pay to do all this. But
yeah, I mean, it's weird that Crash or Spyro isn't on there. I think we talked about that before.
Which that makes kind of sense, like knowing where those all are, and the fact that Activision probably just wants to push those new versions of those games right now instead of this. But
yeah,
you couldn't cut a fucking deal. Like if you're gonna put this thing out, like that's not. It's still gonna sell.
There's
I know
just so
it'll sell.
many hits to choose from, and it's like, I guess they wanted to market certain ones.
No Ape Escape.
Yeah, no Ape Escape, no.
Which I guess you couldn't because you'd need the fucking DualShock to do,
No, that's right. You would.
Yeah, you would.
I keep forgetting about the controller.
Yeah. And at the same time, like I look at this the same way that I look at that Symphony of the Night Rondo of Blood collection that just came out. Like I've still got my original disc. I got my PlayStation right over there. If I really want to play this shit, I have a way to play it. So I don't.
It's like, this might sound weird.
Yeah.
But I know like all this love for Resident Evil, like yeah, obviously I'm on board.
Yeah.
But it's weird that it's always the first one, because how we were talking about, you said earlier with like Twisted Metal or Grand Theft Auto, you preferred the second one.
Right.
I feel the same way with Resident Evil. 2 gets like until this year
remake.
Coming out. Yeah, like it took this remake, but that took years of just love that all the fans were just pouring out about. But then everywhere you go, it's always the first one being ported everywhere. Like there's a DS version and all that. Like there hasn't been anything like no remakes since, or whatever, upreses or ports. It's only been the GameCube.
Yeah.
And that's probably like until this new one comes out. But it's like, it's just
other
it's
than like
weird.
the PS1 classics coming out. Yeah.
Right. And it's just like, I mean, I like Resident Evil, but
sorry, when I say PS1 classics, I mean when Sony used to put those games on their platform.
Right.
Just want to clarify for the listener.
Yep.
Remember when Sony used to... All right, anyway. So there you have it. I don't know, man.
It's a thing.
Nintendo killed my love for, or interest or desire in any of these things when you and I couldn't buy that tiny Nintendo on day one. Kind of pulled all the wind out of my sails, and I know I'm being a little bitter.
Yeah, I mean, they're easier to acquire now.
I think what happened is... You're right. I think what happened is that thing we couldn't get, so I found other ways to play those games, or doubled down on the ways I already was playing those games.
I still want the Super Nintendo one.
See, but that's the thing, like,
I even more so because of Switch, but
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that has a very good library.
But at the same time, I feel like I don't know.
I mean, of course, if I just had the consoles, just fucking play it on its original thing, but...
Yeah. And now I really like those analog consoles.
Yeah, they are pretty good.
So yeah. You like League of Legends, Mark?
I've dabbled.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Are you more or less interested to hear that WWE and NXT superstars are going to be in League of Legends?
Like, just as characters? Or as, like, skins of characters? Or...
These, I think it's skins.
I mean, that's it's weird. It's odd, but somehow I'm not surprised by this. I'm not taken away from it by any means. League has done very, what's the word? Unconventional ways to advertise themselves. Like, I just shared the other day, there's a whole music video based on those characters, and it's like, it's really well done.
Yeah.
Like, it's really good. I just didn't expect that.
No, I mean, they got all the money in the world to do it.
Like, I thought it was just going to be some dumb thing, but it's like, it's actually pretty good. Even if you didn't know what League was, it's just a good music video to watch.
Sorry, I'm an idiot. It's not skins at all. That thumbnail was misleading.
Is it just actual wrestlers playing the game against each other?
Yep.
That's funny. I mean, all right.
Sure.
I don't know why, but
I can't imagine how. All right. Well, you can watch that live on the internet if you so choose.
Just a marketing thing, I guess.
Yeah. It's marketing on both sides, I guess.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Cross-promotion.
Yeah. Speaking of cross-promotion, Red Dead Redemption doesn't need it because it's already sold 725. Well, opening day at least, or opening weekend. $725 million.
Damn.
It's the biggest opening weekend retail sell-through across all entertainment releases.
Damn.
I don't know what the last one was. I think the last one was GTA 5 that did this.
Well, you know, the people that worked hard on that, they deserve that.
Oh my god, yeah.
So,
but I wonder how much of it actually goes back to.
I hope it's enough to retire. I don't know.
Yep. Nintendo had its quarterly financial briefing Q&A. Well, there's Q&A at the end that I don't think is published yet, but some highlights from the conversation with new Nintendo president Furukawa. More DLC for existing big games, pointing out how the company released that Breath of the Wild link for Mario Party 8, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Yeah.
He kind of pointed to that as like, hey, we have these big ass titles, we need to keep adding to them.
Take the Smash roster, put it in Mario Kart.
I mean,
done.
That'd be so good. But you know, you think about Mario Odyssey probably has another thing coming to it. I wonder if Breath of the Wild will have some type of expansion just for whatever. You know, as they prep the sequels to both of those games or whatever's next for those, I can see a smaller for Breath of the Wild.
No, I don't.
I don't want something as big, but I want a new Zelda game, right? So as they're working on whatever the new Zelda game is,
just want a new style.
Yeah, I think that.
Just move on.
Yeah.
Mario, I could see them adding more levels probably.
There was that rumor there was going to be like a whole Luigi's Mansion style.
That'd be cool.
Theme or some spooky ass like a new world to travel to. I could see that.
I could see them doing more like nostalgic stuff, where it's like, here's one based on Super Mario Brothers. Here's one based on the third game. Here's one based on. I mean, they have 64 already in there, but like, not much of Sunshine or Galaxy. Like they could.
Yeah, like if they did a whole Sunshine based DLC, that'd be dope. Or Galaxy based, that'd be cool. No plans for esports business yet.
Makes sense.
There will be no additional surprises for holiday, so everything that's been announced is announced. So we're going to expect Pokemon Let's Go and then Smash to round out the end of the year. Of course, peppering in all of the indie releases and whatever else, third-party stuff.
Right.
When asked about the use of Nintendo IP in Dragalia Lost, response is that it will not be happening. Which I tried that game a little bit over the weekend just to see, and I don't know.
It's a phone ass game.
It's a lot of story with not a lot of. I kind of want more gameplay, which is. I know that if it was nothing but gameplay, I'd be like, man, it sucks that there's no story. But there's, I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of a little all over the place.
Yeah, like I don't not like it, but I'm just not falling in love with it the way I kind of wanted to. So,
But like that would have worked so well with like Fire Emblem or Zelda,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Because the combat, the way you actually move around
Xenoblade,
the screen, yeah, like moving your thumb to move and then tap it feels good. It feels good to do it in one hand too, which it's kind of a shame. But I also like that they're kind of making their own identity for it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
This is a weird statistic. More than half of the online users bought an annual plan rather than paying monthly or was it a month or 3 months you could do or something like that?
Yeah, it's month, 3 months,
and then the year.
For what? For
it just says that of the people who signed up for online, more than half signed up for the annual plan.
online for what?
Switch.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I mean, that makes sense.
Right.
$20.
But they don't say how many people signed up for Switch Online.
Oh.
That's the thing I'm curious about.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And over half of the Switches that have gone online have also downloaded Fortnite.
Mm-hmm. I mean, free,
Yeah. But yeah, Switch still doing all right. They need to sell 14 million of those things by the end of the fiscal year.
Is that why they made so many editions?
Yeah. Which I feel like with Smash and Pokemon, you're going to sell some units. Like people who waited are going to start buying them this fall, I think.
Yeah.
I think
I think Pokemon will do the biggest.
Pokemon's going to have a big, because you're going to now start getting kids.
Diablo's going to be the weakest.
Yeah. That Diablo, did you see that
It looks
Switch?
good.
It's fucking badass. It's
I
got a little
mean-
half demon on the back of it. Pretty sweet.
It would have been cool if that or Smash. Just black Joy-Cons, man. Just
I know.
Just do it.
Just fucking do it.
Or Atomic,
For some reason, there's a new Bubsy game.
Oh, yeah. By the Runner people.
Yeah.
And it looks like it plays just like Runner.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
It's pretty funny. This is, I don't know if I've ever said this on air, but I remember renting Bubsy on Super Nintendo way back. And I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it.
I agree.
It was just like, all right. Like I didn't really think about it. I'm a kid. Like fuck it. But like I was into mascotty looking platformers.
Yeah, and he certainly was that.
And I was like, what am I doing? I was like, oh okay. Like I kind of got lost, but I was like, whatever. But now it's like ever since Bubsy 3D, things have just been yikes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if they're doing this just to be funny or if they're really serious about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're put it out. It's a thing you can buy, so they must be somewhat serious about it.
I mean, you can play as other characters. You don't have to be
Bubsy, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you watch any of the BlizzCon stuff?
Sure didn't.
So there's a new hero in Overwatch.
I did see that trailer.
Ash, I believe is the name.
Yeah, ASHE.
Yeah. It's kind of McCree's rival cowboy lady.
Yeah, it's like somebody who can snipe but also do some damage up close.
Yeah. There's a new hero announced for Heroes of the Storm.
Oh.
That name I forget. That escapes me now, and I didn't write it down.
Is it from a game?
No, she's brand new. So brand new character. She was born in the Nexus, and
I don't think they've ever had an original character for that game.
She's fucking badass looking. She's got like a little. She's got like she can call up like demons to. It's just like it looks like if you stretched out taffy but put teeth on the end of it, like it just like comes out of the ground and like. She looks cool. And then I think there's some shit for Hearthstone, but I don't care. And then Diablo Immortal announced.
Right, the phone game.
Phone game. So it looked like Diablo, but from my understanding, it is a company. It's not made by Blizzard. It's being developed by a different developer who already has a Diablo-esque game. So it seems like this one is just kind of Blizzard saying, hey, you already made a thing that's kind of like ours. Why don't you just make ours and we'll give you the assets and work with you to do that.
Probably not quick. But.
I don't know. I'm not opposed to trying it.
Right, and I'm sure most people if you're somebody that owns like a tablet, chances are you'll probably play it on the tablet as to the phone if it's available for that platform. I assume it would be. My only issue, I don't care that it's a phone game. I know a lot of people made a big stink about it.
Yeah.
But my only worry about a phone game is that if you're playing on a phone, I'm worried about how many effects are going on, how busy they're going to be on a tiny screen like that. I mean, it's not tiny because you can, whatever, play it up close to your face if you want. But I just don't know how much you can cram into that ratio of a screen. Like Switch, it kind of makes sense. Widescreen, it's a little bigger.
And the buttons are on the side. You're not blocking the screen with it.
Right, and if your finger's on there kind of off to the side, I don't know. I guess that can work for some core phone players if that's a label.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only thing I'd be worried about. 'Cause if you're like a necromancer or somebody and you're summoning a bunch of stuff and then you're fighting a bunch of enemies, you get lost on who you are and all that. Is it hard to focus?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's stuff I always get concerned about.
We'll have to see.
Especially with multiplayer.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's
it's online, yeah.
Oh, it's 6 players.
I
think that's
4
what
or 6. I can't remember.
I think I saw.
But you're right.
Yeah. He it was like a barbarian jumped in with 5 other people. I was like, what the fuck?
It looks neat. I don't know if,
Yeah.
that stuff never has a long tail for me.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Tablet, yes. Phone, no.
Yeah.
If I was to pick.
This one was kind of weird. So Ubisoft making some aesthetic changes to Year 3, Season 4 of Rainbow Six. This...
Siege?
Yeah. So this stinks to me when Nintendo used to kind of censor things coming over to America. So remove any instance of religious imagery or blood or whatever.
Yeah.
Where we would get Castlevania 3, for example, stripped out a lot of crosses and things like that.
There's Ocarina of Time. They switched the mirror shield.
What was it over there?
Right. No, we had it for 64.
Right.
It was a crescent moon and a star, but it was too close to
the
Islamic stuff maybe.
Yeah.
So they switched it.
So what's happening here is that the game is getting ready to release in Asian territories. And to do so, they wanted to just make one global version of the game rather than branching and maintaining 2 parallel builds. This is from the blog post. So gameplay is gameplay. It's just some of the other stuff. So they changed some icons around. So to indicate that someone was, killed via melee, used to be a knife. Now it will be a fist. The death icon used to be a skull. It'll now be a silhouette with an X over it. If we continue, some art randomly in the game. So they're kind of cutting back on some of the violence, specifically skulls. I guess skulls are not allowed in certain Asian territories.
I don't know. I mean, I am definitely not one to confirm or whatever. I'm not an expert in this, but from what I've been exposed to over on that region when it comes to games, there has been a lot of violence. So I don't want to make blanket statements or generalize any of it, but I feel it might have something to do with that. You don't want to get a machete in the head at an internet cafe over losing to Counter-Strike or something, because that's happened. I suppose.
Yeah.
Man, people, I don't know. Maybe it's trying to calm a lot of that. I don't know.
Some of it seems, I don't know what this skull thing is, because they're removing any instance of a skull.
I know things are a little more sensitive over there too. So
yeah, but I feel like we are too. I don't know.
I mean, everyone is in different fields.
Yeah,
it's everything's ass backwards.
But anyway, so there's an image of the Grim Reaper, and now it's replaced with just a fucking dude with sunglasses and a face mask on. Slot machines are replaced with beer bottles. Blood splatter on the wall is replaced with nothing. Some minor sexual content. So they have a neon light sign of a stripper. A stripper on a pole is now replaced with just, a hand kind of daintily pointing. Seems like the community is pretty upset about this, but the developers are like, hey, we need to make these changes to release the game over there, so we're going to do it once, and that's it.
Wasn't Wasn't Left 4 Dead banned for like the longest time over there?
That sounds right.
It wasn't until like recently where like M-rated games were like finally starting to make way.
Yeah. There's sides of this like I can see where I don't know. It's
Yeah, that's a whole field I'm not too familiar with when it comes to like those politics.
I mean, my thing is like, how often are you staring at a fake slot machine in a game that you cannot actually interact with while you're playing a game like this?
Yeah, I guess they might be afraid of like. I don't know. I don't want to say subliminal, but yeah, I don't know. It is kind of weird. It is kind of bonkers if you think about it. But maybe that was the requirements, or was that just out of their liberty? You know, like
yeah.
I don't know how shit's run over there. Where it's like, hey,
the comments on this shit are just like,
hey, this is the law. We have to do this if we want to sell this game over there. Like, we have to make these changes. Like, it's stupid, but more. Because it makes me think like, how are movies over there, or any other type of media?
I don't know.
It's weird that one's being more brought to light than other ones. Because I'm sure a lot of games had to do something. I'm sure it's not just Ubisoft.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like staring at these comments and people are pretty. Yeah.
As long as it doesn't change the game, like.
Yeah, people are like citing.
But then again,
censorship and blah blah blah, and I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess from a philosophical point of view, I can understand the frustration, but I wouldn't let it ruin me.
If I'm someone who's so into this game, am I in it because there's a picture of a skull on the wall, or because I like playing the game?
Right. Or if they change the voices in the I'm kidding.
God damn it. Anyway, so yeah.
It's like, yeah, I get it, but at the same time, it's really not. It's whatever.
Yeah. It's weird, right? Like if I were playing something and it looked a certain way and now it doesn't, I can. It's the same thing. Like, you know, when I didn't buy fucking Symphony of the Night on PS4 because they changed some shit about that game. Like, I watched some of that game being played just to see for myself. Like, even some of the sound effects are changed in that PSP version, and emulation looks a little different.
It's probably stuff that you notice just because of how much you love it.
And that's the thing. Like, I won't buy that game because it's changed what.
But anyone else buying it, they're not going to know which ROM they
right, and that's, you know, like someone asked me about it. They're like, should I play it? And I was like, I would prefer to play the original one. But if you've never played it, I don't think you're gonna have a bad time playing. I think you're just gonna know it as it is. But
yeah,
for something like this, like I can see the fact that like, hey, the Rainbow Six I know and love is changing, you know, visually. Even it's a small thing, but for me, that small thing in Castlevania. The other side of it, though. This game kind of changes and evolves over and over, like continually.
Yeah, I mean, we're in that era where things just don't stay the same.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like, people are just mad at the reason behind it rather than the actual outcome. I don't know. Couple other things. So YouTube might be coming to Switch on November 8th after long awaiting. I don't know if I ever want to use YouTube on my Switch, but I guess like little things, like if I were somewhere and I just wanted to pull up,
I use it on my Xbox
just to watch stuff, or yeah.
I mean, again, I don't have a computer, so it's my substitute. But things that I follow, I just pop that on and whatever.
Yeah,
so, I mean, I can do that with Switch. That'd be all right. It has a kickstand. My phone doesn't.
Like, I might want to look up, you know, if I'm stuck on something, maybe like, hey, how do I, whatever.
Yeah, I'm curious on, like...
But I also would just grab my phone.
It works. Yeah.
Depending on what I wanted to look up. If I were just trying to watch stuff and have YouTube on and that was the only thing, I just have 29 devices that I can pull that shit up on at any time. But I can see, like, hey, it's 2018. Let's get YouTube on this thing. Pokeball Plus. Pokemon Go Plus. What is it? Pokeball Plus. Did you buy one of these?
No, I feel like I should. It's probably too late.
I don't know. Check Pokemon Center. I pre-ordered mine like a month ago. Or
like I do want one.
Yeah.
At least one. I don't think I plan on getting more. Like, I don't think I mean,
You don't need to.
unless I did too, if somebody wanted to do like co-op, but I rarely ever do co-op on my Switch with like in my house. So I'll probably just do the one and just put my Charizard in there.
So this, if it has a Pokemon inside, we just got some new details from the Japanese website. So if a Pokemon is inside of the Pokeball, and you're kind of out and about connected to your phone like a Pokemon Go Plus, it'll automatically spin Pokestops without prompting you. So you just get your items for Pokemon Go.
I like that.
Which is fucking dope.
Which that is now putting that Gacha Watch out of business.
Yeah, right. Fuck it. Get out.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a Pokemon inside of the device, if you're not carrying one with you from Let's Go, then you'll get notified via vibration in the same way that you would with little Pokemon Go Plus.
Such a versatile little thing.
Yeah.
Because it's also a controller for the Switch.
Yeah.
And then it also works with Pokemon. That's cool.
I'm excited to see how that thing works. I don't know how much use I'll get out of it, but yeah. That is all the news for the week outside of what Nintendo talked about with Super Smash Brothers. So we ended up last week making a call in the 9th hour, 11th hour, 9th inning, final moments just before, but we didn't, and then we never said anything. We didn't talk about that supposed leak.
Right.
And we didn't necessarily spill the details.
For the best intentions.
Right. I felt bad. We all did that, if people did work really hard, that all that stuff potentially got spoiled. However, it all turned out to be fake. Anyway. Man, that was the most convincing, and everyone fell for it.
Yep. And I only fell for it because the rumors we had beforehand about Simon ended up being true. And I was like, well, shit, maybe this is...
It all seemed kind of weird, but I was like, well, sure.
I should have known when Chorus Kids was in there. I should have known. That will never happen.
Right.
I'll be confident right now and say that, and then I'll listen back when it happens. I'm like, shit. I don't think that'll ever happen.
But to squash that shit right off the bat. So Nintendo announced that on Thursday, November 1st, there'd be a Nintendo Direct specifically featuring Super Smash Brothers, and that Super Smash Brothers, this would be the last Direct before the release of the game.
Mm-hmm.
We learned the final 2 new fighters that will be there in the base game. So Ken from Street Fighter and Incineroar from Pokemon. Both in the game, which Ken got leaked out there.
Yeah, there was that screenshot.
Yeah. But Incineroar, people wanted, I think, and...
He was rumored for a bit.
Yeah.
It was between him and Decidueye.
Right. So he's in the game.
That was a good trailer. I liked it.
Yeah. I think those are good, solid things. I feel like I kind of expected, I don't know.
Just like a little,
yeah,
bow on top of it all.
Because is Ken an Echo Fighter?
Ken is an Echo Fighter. But I think the point of showing Ken was to show off Incineroar. Because it's like, why would you have a trailer for just an Echo Fighter? Yeah. I thought that was kind of weird. I was like, Ken's not that special. I mean, I love Ken, but Ken's not that special.
Not when you already have Ryu.
Yes.
Right? If this was the first entry of, oh my god, we got a Street Fighter character in here. Whoa, okay.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
But Incineroar looks pretty cool. I think that's the one Pokemon, aside from Charizard for me, that doesn't look that, boring to play after a while. Not boring, but, some get stale for me. I don't care about Greninja too much. He's cool, but, I'm not into it.
Yeah.
Pikachu's always been there, so I'm just kind of desensitized to that, and Jigglypuff. Mewtwo's alright, but...
Yeah.
Besides Pokemon Trainer, this one looks pretty cool.
I'm curious to see how I feel like he's going to be heavy, which I'm not a big heavy...
I don't know.
Fighter, but
maybe.
We'll see.
I mean, I just like that there's a wrestler. Makes it switches things up.
Yeah. Then we learned about spirits. So that is that.
So we did guess that right, everybody.
Yeah. That was that pixelated menu item we saw a few months back. Yeah. So spirits is the idea that video game characters lose their forms and become spirits, serving as power-ups for the player's main playable fighter. there's all sorts of spirits from like too many games.
Yeah.
In fact, these are kind of replacing the trophies in previous games, which I'm kind of bummed out about.
Me too. They're also replaced. It's just a more evolved stickers from Brawl. That's really all that is.
Yeah. Which I like this, but I don't know.
I'm never going to use it. Like, it's cool that they added it, but I'll probably dick with it for a little bit.
I think,
but I'm not going to dive into it.
The way they rolled it out was like, hey, we're not putting this in and we're not putting this in, but we are putting in this. And it was like, I think the delivery of the messaging, because then also showing what the spirits were, I was like, oh, well, that seems kind of dumb.
I think they just took too long on it.
Well, then the final part where they actually show you the adventure mode, it was like...
It should have started with that.
Right. If they'd started with that, I'd be like, oh, this is so cool. Because I think it is cool. Just...
the whole World of Light thing.
Yeah. That's neat.
That was really cool.
Cool song. The way you're kind of bouncing around the map. The way it seems like a combination of subspace with some other stuff. It kind of works. I'm not...
I feel like they're not showing off a lot. Even though they showed a lot, at the same time, they're not showing off a lot.
I don't think we saw everything.
Yeah.
So, I like it. It seems neat. I don't know, but yeah, you'll be able to take like I don't know.
There was something I know when they lined up all the characters, they made like a perfect square. But sometimes the way they showed all the thumbnails, there was like you could still fit in a couple in there to make it more complete.
Oh, in the select screen.
I'm gonna believe Sakurai for the most part, but there's still a part of me in the back of my head where it's like there's a character you get in this World of Light mode that he's not telling you about.
I agree.
I think it's Chino.
You think it's Chino?
I would hope so. No, I mean, that's just me being me. But
what if it's Mario?
Oh man.
I know. It'd be cool.
Lose my shit.
So spirits though, they kind of work like the customizable characters did last time. Remember, like you would get things in Smash for Wii U where you'd like kind of buff your character one way or the other.
Yeah, 3DS had that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that, but like you'll attach a Chibi Robo to your character, and then Chibi Robo levels you up a certain way or something.
And now you can level up those spirits,
right,
to make yourself. It's like, okay, I mean, I could see myself if I really care about one character, I would probably do that if we wanted to have a custom fight at some point. But yeah, it's something that could be the main focus.
Yeah, no. What else did we get? So that's the adventure mode, World of Light. This says right in Nintendo's press release that it's not a single player adventure quite like Subspace Emissary. However, it's still an adventure mode nonetheless. And while the Direct provided sneak peeks, Sakurai wants to keep part of the new adventure secret until the game launches.
I feel like they're kind of taking 64 Smash.
Yeah.
That single player mode.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
an evolution of that.
Yeah, just a way more to it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Which we could say, well, then it's just adventure mode for Melee. And it's like, well, yeah, but you're not going to be navigating probably through levels to get to the fight. It's like it's just going to be like that board game and then boop, boop, boop.
We learned about DLC. So while we don't know any of the DLC characters, the game is going to have, 5 DLC characters? Released roughly through February 2020. It's going to be a set, so it's $5.99, and you get a character. It's brand new, not an Echo Fighter. They made that specific, which is cool. A new stage, and then several music tracks to accompany both the fighter and the stage. You can also, instead of buying the character pack for $6, $24.99 gives you the Fighter's Pass, which is access to everything as it's rolled out. And you'll also get an in-game outfit based on Rex from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Anyone who pre-purchases the digital version gets 425 bonus gold points, which is double the usual amount. And if you purchase the game digitally, or register your physical game card before January 31st, you get access to Piranha Plant in February at no additional cost. Piranha Plant is a playable character in Smash Brothers.
I feel like the 99 and the 5.99 out of each character pack is paying for the Piranha Plant.
Probably. I think there's the pricing for the Wii U one, though.
Because $24.99 for all of it, so it's like technically like 5, 10, 15. So it's like $5 a character, and then the 99. Just add that up. It's like, well, here's Piranha Plant. I don't know, but yeah. Well, there's your what the fuck character.
Yeah, we were looking for one.
There's your Rob. There's your Duck Hunt. There's
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. It
threw me off, but I'll play it as him.
Yeah.
I like the creativity behind it. Definitely unnecessary, but I still like it. Yeah.
New amiibo. Inkling, Ridley, and Wolf headed out December 7th. King K. Rool, Ice Climbers, Piranha Plant, February 15th. Isabelle, Pichu, Ken, Young Link, and Daisy at some point in 2019.
There's 4 of those I am buying.
Yeah, I'll probably pick up a few. Assist trophies. There are now more assist trophies than there are Pokemon in the game. And we got the final fuck you. So it turns out Isaac and Springman are both assist trophies. Yeah, and Shadow. Assist trophies in the game rather than playable characters.
When I laughed when I saw it. But, like, it sucks, but it's also kind of funny.
Yeah. We learned a little bit more about the wireless and online stuff. So For Fun and For Glory are no longer there. But they have global smash power that affects how you interact with people, which I kind of like. There's just one
and
thing.
You can custom search how you want everything, which I don't know if that makes things harder or easier to get into a match or not.
I bet it's going to make it a little bit easier to find people.
Yeah. If the online's even good.
Yeah.
They recommended a LAN thing.
They always do. They always do, just because they know that people's wireless connectivity is not always great.
Or Nintendo's online's not always great.
That too. Speaking of which, the Nintendo Switch Online app will allow you to voice chat with others in battle arenas.
What?
A mobile service called Smash World is also being developed. Instead of its focusing on stats, which you might want, the new service allows players to post and watch videos as well as other fun features. I want the fucking stats, man. I want to see how many rounds I won, how many I lost, how many I won with this character, how many hours I've logged.
You think they'll be in the main game itself and not the app?
It fucking better be, Mark. I'm telling you now. I want all that weird shit.
You think if the band didn't exist, they would have called the app version Smash Mouth? Serious question.
Elite Smash.
Don't ignore
Elite Smash is kind of the ranked mode, so to speak.
Yeah.
So once you get a high enough global Smash power, you'll be invited to complete an elite in-game battles. You get a unique Smash tag. You can use pre-selected or predetermined short messages. There's also spectator mode, which is cool. That's back again.
Yeah.
You can do background matchmaking, so you can kind of queue in and while you're waiting, go do training or certain other game modes. Yeah, I think there's a couple other like weird little thingies that got added in, but we know basically everything about the game at this point.
True that, yeah.
You still stoked?
Oh, of course. Yeah, I can't wait to just get in there and play.
I know.
It. I'm kind of glad I didn't. I mean, not that I really could, but go to like any events for it or.
Oh well, you can.
Whatever.
There's still some coming.
Yeah, but.
You know.
I'd rather not. I think I just want to. Just jump into it fresh.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. And that is the news for the week, and that is the podcast for the week. We'll be back next week with another good one. They're all good ones. They're always good ones. I think we should be back at full capacity next week. I think. I don't know.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. But until then, head over to thefreecheese.com. Check out the new redesign. you can be a part of the site as it gets built. Speaking of which, if you have any feedback for how the website is rolling, please email us, podcast@thefreecheese.com. We're obviously talking amongst ourselves and getting feedback from one another, but the more the better. Because there's some stuff I missed as I'm going through. What are we missing? Mark and I have our top secret thing that we're working on. That'll be out when it's out. You'll know. We'll make a big stink about it everywhere.
Yeah.
But we're trying to roll this one out proper, not just kind of roll right into it like we do with some other things. Not that they don't work, but this one.
Just try something different.
Yeah. I'm really, really excited about it. As well as the website. So check that stuff out. That's everything.
I think so.
Hitman with a Hammer wrapped up our first season, so to speak.
Yeah.
With episode 20. We made it out of Hokkaido. We made it out. Spoilers. Under My Umbrella, still rolling strong. We're getting there, man.
Yeah, we're chugging now.
We're fucking getting there.
Oh, wait. Chugging's not a good word.
Yeah.
We're full speed.
Full speed ahead.
Yeah.
Captain. And yeah, I think that's everything. This week, I don't know what we're recording at all.
I don't either.
Yeah. Don't know. We'll have another Under My Umbrella will be up every Monday at 10:31 a.m.
Even if I didn't know, I'm not going to tell.
Oh, shit. Secrets. I think that's it. Maybe we'll look at Diablo a little bit.
Maybe.
Pull it up and switch. I don't know. But that's going to do it. If you want to have more interaction, you can follow us on Twitter. The Free Cheese is at Some Free Cheese. Marc is at Og_mental, and I am at The Free Cheese. Tweet us. Give us some feedback. Email us, podcast@thefreecheese.com. Share your wasabi stories. Still waiting on those good hot wasabi stories, please. I think that's everything, man.
Oh, not the soup stories?
Yeah, send some soup stories.
Oh, you want them?
I don't, whatever.
Okay.
I'm not involved with them, you know?
True.
But, yeah. I think it's going to do it. That's it. Thanks, Marc, for hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Always fun. Thanks, listener, for listening. We'll be back next week. Later.